standing outside on the corner. When this young lady over here, Susan, walks up to me and says, "How would you like to come to a show?" I says, "Well, what are you talking about? My daughters are playing at the bitter end. They're going on in 5 minutes." And I said, "Wow, are you the manager of the band? Quite the marketer standing out here on the corner." And she says, "Well, no, they're my daughters. But I've got to do what a mom's got to do." It practically broke my heart. I says, "I understand. I'm a dad. I have 2 daughters. So I'm going to start this set with a song I don't usually do. But it's a song for all the daughters out there. I'm going to do my best to put it across. I was not the most happiest guy you ever met, but then I got these 2 little daughters. Everything changed." Take that volume down, please, on the guitar. She is melody in the songs I sing, the harmony that softly rings, the sound and the glory, the rhyme in my story. Well, she is the rhythm of my heart. She is gentle light as morning breaks, and she gathers round these days we make. She is my reason each turn of season. She is the rhythm of my heart, and hers is the love I will always keep. She is the rhythm of my heart. She is the rhythm of my heart. The rhythm of my heart. For Susan. She's a good mama. Here's a little song about my town, which I love dearly. Children playing and dinners cooking, fathers walking home from working. The neighbors are yelling, they'll never divorce. The river bends, but it will not change course. Silent houses, fast asleep. A traffic light on a quiet street. Church steeples, telephone poles. The diner's closing, the river flows. Big times in a small town. Big times in a small town. You can almost feel it breathing if you know the sound. Big times in a small town. The girls grow up, they make new homes, they marry boys they've always known. High school lovers, hearts on a tree. The river moves on quietly. Boys on the back roads trying to find the dreams their fathers left behind. Sometimes I wonder what the future might bring. And the river whispered, hey, nothing but the same old things. Big times in a small town. Big times in a small town. You can almost feel it breathing if you know the sound. And if home is where the heart is, this is where I'm bound. Big times in a small town. I'm eating French fries covered with gravy. I'm talking with the St. Anne Hall bingo ladies, when suddenly I remember, as I'm walking down this street, this town runs through my veins, and that river runs deep. Big times in a small town. Big times in a small town. You can almost feel it breathing if you know the sound. If home is where the heart is, this is where I'm bound. For here is where they'll lay me, and they'll lay me down. Big times in a small town. Very kind, you're very nice. Well, I joined a new religion. It's called bingo. Oh, and it's a good one. I would seriously suggest you all give it a try. It's on Wednesday nights. It doesn't make you feel anywhere near as guilty as those other religions. It's really enjoying it. And here's the thing. Not just because I hit the big jackpot last Wednesday. That's not the reason that I'm really into, that I'm a bingo-ite. I was lucky. I won it fair square. Here's the thing. You know, when you get good stuff in your life, there's always a couple of bad things that come around. So, two things happened after I won the big bingo jackpot. First of all, Pastor Rick and his so-called church group has a high-stakes poker game out in the sacristy. And apparently they play for keeps. The second thing that happened was I got a call from the IRS. Yeah. It says, hi, this is Agent Lefty Gomez. They're like, I thought it was a prank call. Lefty Gomez? Yeah. We've got to talk, you know, we've got to get together, you know, I know you hit the bingo jackpot, and of course we're coming in to take our cut. I says, I don't think so, because I won it fair and square. I'm not giving you it. There's no way you're getting, oh yeah, we're getting the money. Damn right we're getting the money. I'm coming over. I says, I don't think so. So the telephone conversation got a little bit heated. And as I was getting louder and louder, that's when my Rottweiler Buttercup bit me on the hand, and it hurted. So, Agent Gomez said, when are we coming over? I'll be there. I said, okay, no problem. let's put it together. I said, how about Monday night? He says, okay, what time? I said, 9 o'clock. I figure he's over there getting bit by my dog Buttercup right now. Guess you heard I got laid off. This time I wasn't even drinking. It is just the government saying, old way of thinking. They got missiles aimed at my front porch, toxic waste in my backyard. And my dog did the hand that feeds them, and I called the preacher cheating the cards. You know my dog did the hand that feeds them, and I called the preacher cheating the cards. Oh, don't it go to show, the longer you live, the less you know. Is it like my old man said, the longer you live, the less you're dead. I think it only goes to show, the longer you live, the less you know. The IRS has got me. It's some kind of tax infraction. Seems I want a few $100 playing bingo. They want a cut of my action. Bureaucrats and blisters, aren't they one and the same? Well, I seem to serve so little purpose. A man is such a pain. Well, I seem to serve so little purpose, but man is such a pain. And oh, don't it go to show, the longer you live, the less you know. Is it like my old man said, the longer you live, the less you're dead. I think it only goes to show, the longer you live, the less you know. This world could be a wonderful place, don't you know that's true? The only difference between anybody is just a point of view. The longer you live, the less you're dead. I think it only goes to show, the longer you live, the less you know. Oh, 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 oh. I'll tell you this, my brother Michael taught me he said to you, I'm pretty sure you can fly. And I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can fly. How hard can it be? Birds do it. So, we climbed up to the garage roof. He seemed to think if I had a little, I couldn't get off the ground, but if I was already off the ground, gravity couldn't get me. So I stood out on the garage roof. I got my hands out like this. And he runs upstairs, he gets my mom's giant bath towel. And he sticks it in my t-shirt like I'm wearing tonight. Sticks it all in. He says, okay, just run off and start flapping as fast as you can. Flapping those arms just like Daddy says. So I said, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, no problem. You're gonna soar. You'll be like an eagle. So I ran off the garage roof and I leaped out and I started flapping. Oh. No, I didn't learn how to fly. I learned how to fall like a rock. Bastard. To this day, my legs are so short, I can row a canoe standing up. Yeah. Not a big call for it, but I'm there if you need me. I will say this, the three most important things I learned in life, I learned from my brother Michael. I'm sharing with you. I don't know if you can use them down here in the big city. However, you might. You never know. Number one, should you ever find yourself on the very tippity top of the garage roof, remember this. Your mom's giant bath towel is a lousy parachute. The second thing I learned from my brother Michael, my taller brother Michael, was this. Goldfish cannot live in jello. That was a tough lesson. And lastly, early to bed, early to rise is the first one in the bathroom. When you got 34 brothers and sisters, man, that's words to live by. Here's a little song from my brother Michael in Rio. We saw the moon rise, yellow magic star, so big you could almost touch it. It's too close to be too far. So out to the garage we ran, and taking ladders from the wall, up to the highest roof, never afraid we might fall. Climbing ladders to the moon, brother Mike and I, through the evening sky. You know we almost made it, at least that's what we thought. Two kids on a summer's night, pretending to be astronauts. And I remember those days beneath that yellow magic star, so big you could almost touch it. And my brother said, it's too close to be too far. Come on, what are you waiting for? Climbing ladders to the moon, my brother Mike and I, up through the evening sky, climbing ladders to the moon, climbing ladders to the moon. So kind, thank you very much. Sometimes I just need to see the way you smile, to remind myself of what it is that makes my life worth a while. I need to see beyond the clutter and hear above the noise. I need to take you in these arms, look into those eyes, and kiss you on the lips. Now won't you be surprised? Oh, you are all that I will ever, I'll say it now and forever. You are all that I will ever need. Truly are my one and only. You're by my side should I get lonely. You are all that I will ever need. Yes, you are all that I will ever need. Well, I know you often wonder why it is that I'm so smart. The truth is I've got all the answers deep down in my heart. And if I listen closely, my heart tells me what to do. It says to hold you oh so close and whisper soft and low, you are the light that shines for me, and don't you know? Oh, you are all that I will ever, I'll say it now and forever. You are all that I will ever need. Truly are my one and only. By my side should I be lonely. You are all that I will ever need. Yes, you are all that I will ever need. Well, last summer in Vermont, it was hot, it was humid, and we had a drought. And I was uncomfortable. And the funny thing was, I'm thinking like, why am I so uncomfortable? I remember as a kid, I didn't, you know what, a little hot, a little humid, who cares? That's when it dawned on me. I used to go swimming as a kid at the swimming hole about a mile from my house. Every day, all day. I was known in certain circles as a pretty good diver. Off, you know. The swimming hole was an abandoned marble quarry. It had filled with rainwater and snow runoff. And it was, have you ever seen like a Dr. Pepper commercial? Yeah, that's where they shot it, at the swimming, yeah, good one. And we had cliffs, we had the trees, we got the ropes hanging out the trees. It was really something. Have you ever seen those guys in Acapulco? They dive off the cliffs? Yeah, kid stuff. I'm talking real cliffs. Like you far down. And I was kind of, you know, not to brag, but known in certain circles as the guy that could, I could dive. Yeah, I could. So, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm making an executive decision, and I'm going swimming. So I reached in my bottom drawer, pulled out my old trusty swim trunks, put them on. They were snug. Snug as a Frenchman's Speedo, snug. And I'm thinking, like, these used to be kind of a Bermuda shortcut with a paisley design, but apparently, in honor of the Summer Olympics, they sort of shrunk up. Yeah. And here's a little thing to know, a little tip. You leave your bathing suit in the bottom drawer for any length of time, they shrink up like cotton in the clothes dryer. Just so you know. Nonetheless, I was not to be deterred. Off to the swimming hole I went. And I got there and I thought to myself, I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to say hi to all my friends and all their kids. What I'm going to do is make a beeline for the tree that holds the rope that will project me into the stratosphere. And I will show this whole little town how the great dive was done. So I started running for that rope. And I'm feeling pretty good about myself, I must say. And that's when this little kid yelled out at the top of his lungs, "Hey Mom, that guy looks like an egg with legs." You talk about letting the air out of your Speedo. And I was about to introduce him to my size 10 foot. But then he says, "Do you think he bought it at Victoria's Secret?" I decided to be mature. I decided to be an adult. Plus my bathing suit made a funny sound. So I just kept going. I hit the cliff and I leaped out. And I grabbed a hold of that rope. And the great dive was begun. You should have heard the oohs and the ahs. Yes, it was quite exciting. And I was certainly hoping someone was taping it to show my athletic prowess on the internet. However, in all the years that I hadn't been there in a number of years, the old rope was this big thick thing they used to tie up like ocean liners with. Apparently, when I was gone, they changed it. It was a skinny rope. And I grabbed hold of it, and the thing just kept stretching and stretching. It would not stop stretching. And I'm heading down, 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 down. I don't know what to do. This was not good. I was feared for my life. And just as I was about to make contact with the surface of the water, this skinny, stretchy bastard rope stopped. Blink, blink. And it started going the other way, only faster. I was now heading up to the heavens at speeds heretofore unknown to modern man. The G-force was pulling my face back so hard I looked like Joan Rivers. When I finally let go of that slingshot, stretchy rope, I was so high in the stratosphere I saw the space shuttle. I saluted. They saluted back. Have you ever heard of the ozone layer? There's 2 holes now. That's how high up I was. Well, I tried to pull together what was left of my dignity. And I stuck my arms out at the apex. Yes, I did. Oh, boy. And for one blessed second, everything seemed right in this troubled world. It was wonderful. There I was, high above it. And I was ready to go. And that's when I noticed a certain draft. And upon a quick appraisal of my circumstances, I couldn't help but notice my old trusty swim trunks had abandoned ship. Mutiny on the booty. Yeah, oh, my Lord in heaven, I was naked as God made me. Can you imagine? And the whole town's there looking at me. That was not good. The second thing that crossed my mind as I was heading down was, I wished I'd remembered we had a drought. And lastly, if you run into Buck Taylor, you can tell him I found his dentures. I landed on him. It's summer's day, sun is out. Ooh, it's a good old day for just hanging about. Ooh, swing high on the boat. Ooh, let that just soothe my soul. I won't let that water just, 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 let that water just soothe my soul. tree, I grabbed the rope. I'm swinging high beyond all hope. I'm a cannonball, I'm a dive, I'm a roll. I'm gonna let that water soothe my soul. I'm gonna let that water just, 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 let that water just soothe my soul. 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 Come from Alabama with this old banjo on my neck, and I am bound for Louisiana, that old true love I'm going to see. And it rained all night the day I left, and that weather was bone dry. Sun was so hot I froze myself. Susanna, don't you go on and cry. I said, oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, because I come from Alabama, where this old banjo on my knee. You know, it rained all night the day I left, and that weather was bone dry. The sun was so hot I froze myself. Susanna, don't you go on and cry. Says, oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, because I come from Alabama. This old banjo on my knee. I said, oh, Susanna, now don't you cry for me, because I come from Alabama with this old banjo on my knee. I tend to run a little late. Well, they repossessed my car. I said, I'll get it back again. I will fight those finance people till the end. Here's my delinquent payment. Give you some to boot. Now give me back my car and take my loot. They said, I think you're just a little bit late. You can't be messing around while you procrastinate. So we auctioned off your car, that's just the way we are. Sorry, you're a little too late. I had to catch the city bus to get to work on time, and I missed the one at 8, so I had to catch the one at 9. By the time I got to work, it was 10:15, and I went to tell the foreman where I'd been. He said, I think you're just a little bit late. And fella, that is the kind of thing I sort of hate. Now I don't mean to make you sore, but we can't use you around here no more. Sorry, you're a little too late. So then my wife walked walks out and leaves me. I says, you can't do that to me. Let me show you what a Romeo I can be. About a dozen roses. I said, baby, please come home. Your lover boy can't stand to be alone. She said, I think you're just a little bit late. You see, I've gone out and found another mate. He's handsomer than you. He's got a car, he's working too. Sorry, you're a little too late. Well, after the divorce, I was left without a dime, and I was forced to live a life of sin and crime. Well, I gambled and I bungled and I cursed and smoked and drank, and I even tried to rob the local bank. They said, I think you're just a little bit late. There's nothing left in our vault for you to take. You're the second crook today. The other one got away. Sorry, you're a little too late. Well, the time in jail I spent helped me see that I was wrong, and I've decided to repent. Take it easy from now on. So when I die and climb those golden stairs on Judgment Day, St. Peter probably look at me and say, think you're just a little bit late. We're all full up right now, you'll have to wait. Why don't you go on down below? Something breaks, we'll let you know. Sorry, you're a little, sorry, you're a little, sorry, you're a little too late. One more? Sure. All right, here we go. Last song, and thank you so much for coming out and supporting live music, all of you, each and every one. And I don't think I shouldn't be doing this song here. Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, sweet baby, don't you say maybe. How's about cooking us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and it can't be beat. A little bit of beer out on the seat. A wad full of bills burn holes in my jeans. You wanna have fun? You come along with me. Hey, hey, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, sweet baby, don't you say baby. How's about cooking this brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and it can't be beat. A little bit of beer right on the seat. A wad full of beers and burn holes in my jeans. You wanna have fun? You come along with me. Hey, hey, good cooking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, hey, sweet baby, don't you say maybe. How's about cooking us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Chevy and a $2 bill. On a spot right over the hill. And a soda pop, dancing free. You wanna have fun? You come along with me. Hey, hey, good looking. Whoa, what you got cooking? I said, how's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up with me? Thank you, boys and girls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're all done. We're bringing up the next act.